Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here on the show, I'll talk about some NBA news to start off here. So, first thing I'll talk about is the New Orleans Pelicans. So, on the NBA Today, Shams Charania has an inside pass, like an article on ESPN Plus. Talked about trade buzz on Jimmy Butler, the rest of the NBA, and a very specific player, Brandon Ingram. He reportedly turned down an extension from New Orleans, apparently last year, that would have paid him $50 million per year. He pulled a Dennis Schroeder. $50 million and you turn that down? Why would he leave that amount of money on the table? Maybe he's tired of the organization? Maybe, I guess. Maybe he just doesn't want to be there. I think he just doesn't want to be in New Orleans anymore. I mean, you could say you would for $50 million, but I mean, it's understandable because Zion can't even play a full season healthy, and he's their number one guy. It's understandable why he doesn't want to be stuck there because the team just simply isn't that good. But I don't think he's ever going to see that contract again, though. That's the thing. That's the thing I would argue against because I don't think he's going to see $50 million again. And I don't think he thinks he's worth more than $50 million. I just don't think he wants to be in New Orleans. But man, that's $50 million, though. Just turned down. So, per Tomer Azarly, Kawhi Leonard, he participated in the Clippers practice today. You can't fool me, Mr. Leonard. I'm familiar with your game, sir. It's kind of crazy. They're sixth. What are they in the West right now? Sixth without Kawhi Leonard. He's progressing. He's going to maybe play soon. Maybe he'll play at some point. Whenever he does. So, via JLou1050, Davion Mitchell, he says he's the best defender in the NBA. I love the defensive end. I feel like I'm the best defender in our league. Honestly, off the ball or on the ball. I just feel like that's who I am. I mean, I can't knock him for having that mindset. I mean, it's the way that every athlete should think, regardless if it's true or not. You should be confident in yourself. He's a good defender. I mean, he's a pretty good defender. It sucks his offense isn't that good, like it was at Baylor. He's still good defensive guy. So, per Anthony Irwin LA, Rob Pelinka is expected to check on Jonas Valanciunas in 5 days. And quote, leaked sources believe Pelinka will check in on the price for Valanciunas on December 15th when he becomes trade eligible. And belief around the league is that the Washington Wizards will be open to those conversations. The deciding factor will be whether LA, end quote. Or whether, I guess it seems whether LA wants him. I mean, it's a good pickup. I mean, I think it's a good pick. Good pickup. But, look, like every other solid player, they would probably want to go to the Lakers. If they go there, they'll probably decline. He's done good for the Wizards. But the Lakers could have got him in free agency. Like, they could have went out there and got him. That's my thing. Maybe they'll trade for him. Even if they do, will that change how the Lakers play? Will it make them any better? I don't know. Because he'll be the backup. He's not going to start over Anthony Davis. So AJ DeBansta, who committed to BYU today, via First Take, he said his preferred NBA teams are the San Antonio Spurs and the Orlando Magic. Whoa. He wants to go to the Spurs. But how about you focus on college basketball first, buddy? Man, he got paid like what, $4 million, $7 million, whatever it was. He don't care. Him and Wemby would go crazy, but yeah, I don't think they're gonna get the first pick. So yeah, Utah Jazz, it is for you, buddy, or whoever the hell the worst team is by the time you get to the NBA after your 1 year at BYU. Spurs ain't gonna be up there for that number 1 pick, so you're out of luck. The Miami Heat are not concerned about the possibility of losing Jimmy Butler in free agency, per AFLA Sports Buzz. Nevertheless, a source with direct knowledge has said the Heat is not concerned about the possibility of losing Butler in free agency if it comes to that, partly because there's no contender with the cap space to sign Butler outright without the Heat's help in a sign and trade. If Butler simply signed elsewhere next summer without the Heat's help, Miami would have modest cap space, not nearly enough to replace him with a similar player. I don't know. I feel like he isn't even that good anymore, to be honest. Like, we're watching the Heat slowly become the Tyler Heroes team. He's been their best player. And every time this comes up, he's going to keep staying with the Heat. Like, I see this report every year and he ends up staying with the Heat. But he's not their best player anymore, though, I'll say that. So Bronny James would likely be included in any deal involving LeBron. Per Anthony Irwin LA. Sources close to the Lakers did say if James asked the Lakers to trade him, that they would work with him to find a deal that lands him where he'd rather be, but also brings back the kind of return that would jumpstart a rebuild. If James was traded, it's also believed Bronny James would have to be part of the deal. I thought this was NBA Centel. It's actually true. Teams are gonna be so confused when they see Bronny James in a deal. They basically drafted him just to keep LeBron. So, Jimmy Butler, he declined to speak to the Miami Heat media today. Interesting. The Houston Rockets are the favorites to land Jimmy Butler. Yeah, the Rockets ain't breaking up their young core for a declining 35-year-old player. So Lonnie Walker, he's in the Euro League. He says everybody's smart here. Everybody plays the wrong way. It's real basketball over here. It's not like you have one or two players who just take all the shots. I mean, Euro League and the NBA are two different things. But he's not wrong. Dirk Nowitzki and Blake Griffin are names to watch for Amazon Prime Video. Ooh, and interesting. It'd be interesting. NBC plans to hire Jamal Crawford to call games and is showing interest in Reggie Miller. Oh, not Reggie Miller. Jamal's good, but Reggie can definitely be a glazer at times. Jamal Crawford's good, though. So Stephen A. Smith, he says LeBron James, he doesn't deserve to play with Steph Curry after trading all his good role players for Russell Westbrook. Stay your ass right there in L.A. I mean, I don't want LeBron on my team anyway, so... No, whatever. Herb Jones and C.J. McCollum are receiving interest on the trade market per Shams Charania. Obviously, they're 5-20 last in the Western Conference. I don't know if they want to trade Herb Jones. C.J. McCollum, maybe. I don't think they want to trade Herb Jones, though. Per Shams Charania, Jeremy Grant, Anthony Simons, Robert Williams III, are all Anthony Simons. They're receiving interest on the trade market from the Portland Trail Blazers. Well, I don't think they'll trade any of these guys except probably maybe Robert Williams and a slight chance of Jeremy Grant. The Heat are open to listening to trade offers for Jimmy Butler per at Shams Charania. He's open to playing for the Mavericks, Rockets, and my Warriors. Figured the only star, if you want to consider him a star anymore, that the Warriors could trade for is Jimmy Butler. I don't know if I want Jimmy Butler, though. Like, I just don't think he'll help us that much. The Brooklyn Nets are open to trading Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Dennis Schroeder, and the Warriors are interested in all three players. Man, I wouldn't mind Cam Johnson or getting Dennis Schroeder having a career year. Wouldn't mind that. I mean, and we're gonna fall for the interested shit again, and they're not gonna get anybody. We ain't falling for this again, man. Bleacher Report. They have a trade idea. Spurs, LaMelo Ball, the Hornets get Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, Malachi Branham, 2027 first round pick, 2027 first round pick, all unprotected, and 2025 first round lottery pick. Yes, this ain't happening. Bleacher Report always cooks up the worst trades. I'm sorry, it's not happening. The Gilbert Arenas show. Gilbert Arenas, he says Nikola Jokic, he's putting up empty stats on a losing team. Empty stats. Empty stats. If you take Jokic off that team, how many wins will they have right now? They'd be lucky to have 2 or 3 wins. And 12-10 is not a losing team, or whatever the hell it is. He's averaging a 32-point triple-double. That's great numbers. It's not empty stats. They have one of the best players in the league. If they didn't have him, they would be terrible. Like, this podcast has the worst takes. So a little bit of DDB here. Now it's a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday Night Main Event. Finn Balor, Gunther, and Damian Priest. Well, my prediction is they'll be a winner. I don't know why they're having a triple threat match, but it should still be a good match. I just don't know why they're doing a triple threat. So, TKO COO Mark Shapiro says there's definitely opportunity to expand WWE pay-per-views to 2 nights, following the change for WrestleMania and SummerSlam. So, you're telling me Royal Rumble possibly be a 2-night pay-per-view? I don't know. Only Royal Rumble, so both Rumble matches can main event each night, but I don't know if I want to see everything go to 2 nights. Because it's just so much to keep up with. Like, doing, like, all this YouTube stuff with a lot of sports. It's hard to keep up with 2 nights, let alone 1 night. Well, 1 night's fine, but the second night, it's kind of hard to keep up with. So, Heath Slayer's pushing for Triple H to bring back the Nexus. We are ones. Listen, WB Hunter, think about it. We're not boys no more. We're men. Imagine if we come back. That'd be cool, but I doubt it's gonna happen. So WWE's teasing a new superstar that will face Carmelo Hayes next week. It's their newest superstar. Yeah, I think it could be. People are thinking it could be Penta, which would make sense. I think it would make the most sense. That's a few WWE things here that I want to catch up on. So, I'll end with NASCAR here. Their deadline to file the response to the 2311 Front Row most recently preliminary injunction motion was yesterday, and it was filed. And NASCAR said, even with their manufactured evidence, plaintiffs still fall far short of a clear showing for irreparable harm. Their new submissions underscore that any claimed harm remains speculative, self-inflicted, and addressable with monetary damage. Talk about manufactured. The playoffs are literally manufactured. NASCAR saying manufactured is definitely a thing. And how is this evidence manufactured? Yeah, this isn't going to end well for 2311 Front Row. Tell you that. RCR announces it will run a 3rd Cup team with multiple drivers, with multiple races, with multiple drivers. Andy Street, who is a crew chief for Austin Hill, will crew chief Chad Haney, who is at RCR helping with licenses, with crew chief Austin Hill. Danny Stallman remains Jesse Love's crew chief. So there's some changes there. Sammy Smith's return to Junior Motorsports in the 8 car next season, which should be interesting. Chandler Smith is going to race in 2025, but with a growing family to provide for, a new house, and a fierce desire to win, working at Smith Construction was just as a legitimate option too. So he's going to race with a new team. Look through here, see if there's any more stuff. Not really. So that's all the news I want to talk about. Peace.